It is time to put my SIM card back into this phone. That time, friends. We are doing a day in the life with the Samsung Galaxy Z Flip6. I've attempted this video once before and was very surprised at how bad the battery life was. And then I realized I was using the Flip suitcase, which is NFC, and I think that's what drained the battery a lot that day. So we're starting again. We're starting from scratch. I just have a plastic cover on it, just a plain plastic cover, because I can't be trusted with devices without a case. Now today we have a few things to do. We're going to go out to the shops. We've got to find a few things. My cousin is getting married, so we need to prepare for that, which is in 2 weeks. Get last minute things, and I want to go pick up my new PC case as well. The ball is starting to slowly roll on a new PC build, so we'll go buy the case, that way I've got it. We do have a bit of traveling to do to get to these places today, so we'll use Google Maps. We're going to see how battery life is going to go. We'll do a camera test as well. And yeah, just come along for the ride. You guys absolutely loved my traveling day in the life with the S24 Ultra. I'm blown away at how many views that video got. It's over 112,000 now, so absolutely amazing. Let's see if the Z Flip6 can also live up to that kind of number. I will say, yes, my SIM card is in it. Oh, in focus here. It is currently on 93%, as you've seen from this morning. I've just been scrolling Instagram, watching YouTube while getting ready for the day. Yeah, let's do this. All right, so we made it, and we actually need to make a list of what we're here for, because together we're very forgetful. And look, you're not going to buy this phone with the intention of Galaxy AI being your everything. It's a very situational based thing. Oh great, someone had to pull it right next to me. You're going to use it for certain things, you might not use it at all. For me, I use it mostly when it comes to work. My daily life, I'm not really using it, but I think it would be a really cool time now to use it to make a list in Galaxy Notes. When I want to make lists, I'm using Notes apps anyway, so this is really good because I can make a voice recording and then have it transcribe that into text for me. So if we make a list, we need to buy Lego Orchid set, shoes for Alicia, shoes for Jack, jewelry, a tie, look in the camera store. That's what we need to do today at this shopping centre, not the PC case. Coffee we'll get, that's a given. So if we make a list, B to buy Lego Orchid set, shoes for Elisa. I think my name's Alicia. Oh God, I don't even know if I can put this in the video. Okay, look, it really did not do a good job of that. So let's try that again. And this is the thing with AI, guys. Like, it's just so unpredictable. It's either going to work for you or it's not. Cannot understand. Could not detect my glitch. I just predicted that. All right, Galaxy AI, you're letting me down right now. Okay, let's just make a normal list. All right, let's go. Alright, so it is 10:45, battery check-in, we're looking at 82%, which is pretty good. Google Maps surprised me. I thought it would use a lot more battery, but it didn't, so that's great. As for our shopping list, so we've got the Lego, we are just having a coffee break now, and then we have to go find stuff for the wedding, and then make our way to Scorp Tech to buy my PC case. stopping for lunch now. So battery check-in, we're sitting at 75%. It's actually pretty good, but to be fair, I haven't really used the phone much while we've been out shopping. I've paid for a couple things and maybe looked up one or two things and checked an email, but other than that, we've been pretty distracted today. So what we're going to do is have a lunch break and then take some photos and see how they look with this phone. I'll show you guys some unedited and edited photos. Okay, so we've just left the shopping centre. It's a long day, we've still got some things to do. But we stopped for lunch, we had a cheeky little game of holy moly mini golf, and this guy won only just. But I got a hole in one, as you guys would have seen in the footage. Interestingly enough, or maybe not interestingly enough, I kind of expected it. It doesn't really do well in low light. The photos don't look that great, but the photos that we took in the restaurant, they look okay. So yeah, I guess like if you're wanting something for low light photography, this is probably not the best option for you. Video seemed okay though. I think it's okay overall. Again, this is a lifestyle phone, so people are going to probably want this and use it for its cameras. I would just be mindful of the lighting of where you're taking a photo, because natural daylight, they look fine. But yeah, if you are in a big room full of neon lights and low light and like what we were, it's probably not going to be the best. Flip it open. Battery check-in, we are sitting at 51% right now. Things I noticed, it was getting quite warm as we were recording and taking photos. This does have a new vapor chamber in there, which I think does work okay most of the time. It was fun to film in the little recording mode like this. Although it's novelty, I just think it's fun. You know, it gives me massive throwback vibes to the phone that I had as a teenager, which was a Panasonic, and I'll throw it up on the screen now. I wish I still had this thing because it had a flip out screen and you could film like it was a video recording camera. Anyway, we are going now to buy my new PC case. Hopefully they have it in stock. The website says they do. So let's go. Friends, we are home. It is 2:56 p.m. so 3 o'clock and we're exhausted. The battery life of the phone is sitting at 37%, so photo and video definitely drained it a lot today. Now, it's not going to be a real day in the life unless you are taking photo and video, because viewers want to see what the quality is like. And I'll give you a little bit more of my opinion once I've reviewed all the stuff that I have taken and edited it and everything. Should be the next part of this video. Yeah, 3 p.m, 37%. I don't know. I feel like it could be slightly better. Obviously, we are looking at a much smaller battery capacity in this phone compared to the S24 Ultra and the Z Fold6. This phone is beautiful. I really love the design of it. But I was really keen to mess around with the Flip this year because last year I did use the Fold for, oh God, I used it for probably 8 months of the last 12 months. Like, it was my daily phone. So it's been really cool to swap to the Flip. I love the small form factor. I just think it is so convenient and it's a nice change, but they don't compare to the S24 Ultra. That phone has my heart and soul. Out of all the Samsung phones that I've tried, it really is a beautiful device. I don't think I can get away from it because, yeah, this is small and compact, but it's just a better phone. Quickly show you this because we did go to Sculptech and I bought my next PC case. and we can open it and have a look. So I am in the stages of planning a mini ITX build, and I wanted to go with the Fractal Terra case. I think this case is so beautiful for what it is. It matches the aesthetic in my studio and the aesthetic that I want to go for, because I did pick this up in the black color. And I don't quite know when the build is going to be built. I'm still waiting, so make sure you subscribe, because I did say in my desk setup video that I did recently that there will be a video about the PC build, so you don't want to miss that. Oh, this is so nice. Oh, wow. This is going to look sick on the desk. I love that front little wood panel and the black. It is literally the perfect size. Like, if I need to move this around the house or the studio, that's why I went with a smaller build, because I can do that. Okay, it is 4:51 p.m. I'm exhausted. I didn't actually really nap. I kind of just sat back and chilled. But I remembered I do need to transfer all the stuff that I took on this phone onto my SSD, so I can obviously put this video together. So I better do that before battery runs out, because we are sitting at 23%. That was nice and quick, which I love. Everything is here. This is the last battery check-in for the night. It is 7 p.m. and we are sitting at 11%. I think that is pretty good, to be honest, given the fact that we have used a lot of the camera today, which drains the battery very, very quickly. I am wondering what it would be like, though, if I don't use the camera for a lot of the day, how much longer I could get from it, or if I will lose a lot more battery life, because chances are I probably will be on social media a lot more. But anyway, I'm going to check in with you tomorrow with my overall thoughts on the day with the Samsung Galaxy Z Flip6. It is time to recap the day with the Galaxy Z Flip6, but before I do that, I just want to show you the specs real quick again. I'll pop them up on the screen, but we are looking at a Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 processor with 12 gigabytes of RAM, a 4,000 milliamp hour battery capacity, and I'll leave the display and camera specs up there as well. So let's kick it off with the displays. I actually really like them. You've got a 6.7 inch main display and a 3.4 inch front display. They are both dynamic AMOLED 2X displays, and I think they are great quality. They are clear, the adaptive refresh rate, 10 times fast. Oh my God. But that works really well too. I haven't had any issues with that. And overall, the viewing experience and just looking at the displays, it's really good. So a typical day for me is I'm here, I'm in the studio, I'm working, I'm scrolling social media, I'm doing things around the house, I'm watching YouTube on the phone, listening to Spotify. It's just an average day for me. So this day in the life, we actually were doing things, and I thought it was really good to take the phone with us while we're out and about, traveling a little bit, running errands, because a lot of people do stuff like that as their everyday. Not everyone gets the pleasure of working from home like I do, so it was a little bit more realistic for the average person, I guess. And I'm glad we had the opportunity to do that. So from that day, we have a screen on time of 5 hours and 12 minutes. I think it's okay for a busy day. Obviously, you're not going to be on it 24/7. You are out and about doing things. And by 7 p.m. when we reached 11%, I was ready to just zone out and relax for the night and put the phone on charge. I think it is important to remember, again, this is not my typical day that we had. And from 3 to 7 p.m, I was doing stuff around the house and having dinner. So I'm thinking I might need to make a short form piece on my typical day with this phone, just checking in maybe every hour, seeing where the battery life is at. Let me know if you do want to see that. It obviously wouldn't be a fully fledged video like this. It will just be a short. But yeah, let me know in the comments if that's something you want to see. From what we see, the camera drained the battery the most at 9%, and that was 25 minutes of screen on time. So we were recording a lot of 4K video, 4K 30, and taking photos as well. And I'm not surprised that camera drained it. You know, that's pretty typical when it comes to smartphones if you are doing a lot with the camera. I thought Google Maps would drain the most, given that we did have an hour of screen on time on that. And usually in my experience, Google Maps is a big drainer because I use it quite a lot. But yeah, I was surprised that it didn't actually beat the camera app. So if you are going to record a lot of video with this phone, because obviously its target audience is creators and lifestyle creators and all that sort of thing, you probably are going to use the phone for photo and video a lot. Just be mindful that recording in a higher resolution is going to drain a little bit more. Speaking of cameras again, obviously I took a lot of photo and video in low light, and
I don't like the quality. I think it's pretty clear to say that it's not the best in low light. I think the phone does take a really nice photo in natural daylight, such as when we're at the restaurant. I think the photos of me and the food look pretty good. They're well lit, colors look great. But when you switch to low light, especially in this photo here, it's pretty disappointing. The other thing that really bothered me is when you are using flex mode to do video like this, which I think is really fun to do, you can use the slider to zoom in and zoom out. When you do zoom out, especially to 0.6 times the ultra wide lens, yeah, it doesn't look great. But even zooming in, like in this video, you can see a flash of just graininess and noise in the video. It's not nice. What else am I supposed to say? It's not nice at all. Going back to 0.6 times, I love shooting in this mode because I have really short arms. So trying to hold a phone up like this, it's way too close for my liking. I like that extra depth and length that a photo has when it is in its ultra wide mode. And I don't enjoy taking photos or video with this ultra wide lens. Compared to the iPhone, I think the iPhone takes a much clearer, less noisy video and image in that mode. I did go to the gym last week and I took some clips in 0.6 and they just don't look as good as your standard wide lens. And that's obviously a given, but you know, if this phone can take a better ultra wide shot, why can't this phone? They've both got 12 megapixel ultra wides. I know they're not going to be identical cameras, but yeah, it's just a little bit of feedback that I have. I just don't enjoy it and I think it could be better, and I do hope it can get better. I am a dual wielding phone user. I always have two phones. One is an Apple phone, one is a Samsung or an Android, depending on what Android I have at the time. So obviously I see the differences and I notice the differences. It is what it is. Now, overall though, the camera does work pretty well. I can't complain, like I said, about taking a normal photo in natural daylight or lighting like this. I think it does a pretty good job. It's just these little other things that I don't like. But I love flex mode. Flex mode is a lot of fun, especially when you are wanting to take video or a photo and use gestures to activate the camera. Galaxy AI will do auto zoom as well, and it will just frame your image really nicely depending on where you're kind of positioned in front of it. I think that works really well. And being able to prop your phone up, you know, like I was getting ready at the start of this video, I have YouTube on in the bathroom while I'm getting ready, and this is an everyday thing that I do. So just being able to fold the phone and have it sit at the perfect angle as well for me to view, it's really great. The only thing is the ratios, again, are so off because the screen just goes tiny. So I think flex mode is really handy for multiple things. But if you are someone that is looking for something that you can basically use as your computer or your tablet, this is not it. I would suggest going with the Fold 6 because that phone is aimed at being basically your life in a phone, or your work life rather, and your normal life too. There's no DeX on the Flip 6, there is on the Fold. So that's another reason why you could go with the Fold over the Flip. But I do really enjoy the small size. It's been a long time since I've had a phone that just fits in my pocket without sticking out. So being able to close it, slide it in there and forget about it, it's really great. And you get the best of both worlds. You know, you've got a screen on the front that is functional, as well as when it's open, you've got a full 6.7-inch display. Personally, I'd love to see a bigger battery capacity and a better ultra-wide camera. But at that point, you may as well go with an S24, an S24 Plus, or my favorite, the S24 Ultra. I think this is the best Samsung phone that has released this year. I absolutely love this phone, and if I had to pick between the two, I would go with this all the way. So on that note, that has been my day in the life with the Samsung Galaxy Z Flip 6. I do hope you enjoyed it, and I'd love to know if you are a Z Flip 6 user or an older model. I want to hear your thoughts about what you really think about this phone, because I really love it. There's just some things about it that I don't love, and those are things that users sometimes can't compromise on. So let me know in the comments after you hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and I will catch you in the next video.